Design Feed provides a way of entering posts and images about a drawing that can be shared with colleagues, clients, and consultants through Autodesk 360. Once created, these posts appear with related drawings when you open them in AutoCAD and when you open them in AutoCAD WS on the web or on a mobile device. To use Design Feed, on the Autodesk 360 ribbon, in the Share and Collaborate panel, click the Design Feed button to display the Design Feed palette. Since Design Feed works in conjunction with Autodesk 360, if you are not yet signed into your Autodesk 360 account, the palette displays a message and a link so that you can sign in. I'll click this link and log into my Autodesk 360 account. Once you have logged in, notice that you must also save your drawing to Autodesk 360 in order to use Design Feed. Remember that if Automatic Sync is enabled, your drawings are automatically copied to your Autodesk 360 account whenever you save the drawing. I'll click the link in the Design Feed palette and then save the drawing to Autodesk 360. Once I do that, notice that I can see that the file is being synced to my Autodesk 360 account. Now that the drawing has been saved to Autodesk 360, I can use the other tools in the Design Feed palette to post comments, associate a post with a specific point or area within the drawing, include images in my post, and tag colleagues, clients, and consultants so that they will be notified about my post. Those notifications will be sent to them by email and will also appear within AutoCAD if it is running on their computers. I can see that there are no posts yet in this drawing. To create a post, I'll click in the message field and enter my message. I think this desk needs to be moved back away from the door. Next, I can use the tools in the Design Feed palette to associate the post to an area in the drawing, associate the post to a point in the drawing, tag others, and attach images. I'll click the tool to associate this post with an area. The program prompts me to specify an area to associate with the post, and I'll click to pick the opposite corners of a rectangle surrounding the desk and chair. As soon as I do, I can see a dashed line indicating the area I just selected, as well as a Design Feed bubble containing my message. Next, I'll click the Tag in this Post button. The program tells me that no one is currently sharing this drawing. I'll click the Add People link. This opens Autodesk 360 so that I can create a connection. Here, I can either enter email addresses or choose people already in my contact list. I can also enter a personalized message. Then I'll click Save and Invite. Back in the Design Feed palette, I'll click Post. I'll add another post. I've found an image of the type of desk I'd like the designer to use. I'll click the Attach Image tool. A Select File dialog opens. Notice that in the Files of Type list, I can select most common image types, including JPEG, GIF, TIFF, and PNG files. I'll select PNG, locate the image of the desk, and then click Open. I'll also type a note. I'd like to use this style desk. Then I'll click the Post button. I've just added 2 Design Feed posts to my drawing. Notice that each post now appears in the Design Feed palette. I can see the content of the post, along with the date and time it was created. Below each post are controls that enable me to reply to a post, resolve a post, or delete the post. In the upper left corner of the design feed palette, there's also a tool you can use to change the design feed settings. These tools let you hide design feed bubbles so that they're no longer visible in the drawing, show the bubbles again, or show the extended bubbles, which displays the entire content of the bubbles. You can also choose whether you want to see resolved posts or not. Also note that when bubbles are visible in the drawing, if you click on a bubble, it expands to show its entire content. You can then either click on the post again or press the Escape key to deselect the post. Now let's see what happens when my collaborators get notified that they've been tagged in a design feed post. If they're working in their office, they receive several emails. The first indicates that I've shared a drawing with them, and they can view that drawing on Autodesk 360. The second message is a design feed notification informing them that they've been tagged in a post. They can then reply using AutoCAD or AutoCAD WS. For example, if my collaborator is in the office, in AutoCAD, he can now see the drawing file in his local Autodesk 360 folder and open that file. When he does, he can see the design feed bubble I added, and in the design feed palette, he can see the two posts. Since he agrees with the need to move the desk, he switches to the Home ribbon, clicks on the Move tool, selects the desk and chair, moves them 18 units to the left, and then saves the drawing back to his local Autodesk 360 folder. To respond to the first post, in the Design Feed palette, he clicks the Reply button and types, "I've moved the desk 18 units to the left," and then clicks the Post button. Back in my office, I immediately see his reply in my Design Feed palette. I don't yet see the change he made to the desk because I've had my copy of the drawing open. But when I close the drawing and then open the copy in my local Autodesk 360 folder, which has now synchronized with the cloud, I can see that the desk and chair have been moved. In the Design Feed palette, I'll click on the Resolve link to mark the first post as resolved. Of course, any resolved post can always be reopened again if necessary. In the meantime, my collaborator has had to leave the office before he could respond to my other post. But since he has his iPad with him and has a copy of the AutoCAD WS app loaded on his iPad, he can open the drawing on his iPad. Again, he sees all of the design feed information. He can see the bubble, my original request, the relocated desk and chair, and his response. He can also see the image. Since he likes that furniture selection, he taps on the Reply button and types, "I like that choice," and taps the Post button. Again, back in my office, I immediately see his reply in my Design Feed palette. I'll click the Reply button below the picture and type, "OK, I'll get the desk specified," and then click the Post button. Back in the field, my collaborator can immediately see my replies in the Design Feed palette in AutoCAD WS, and he goes ahead and marks the second post as resolved. If either of us no longer wants to see resolved posts, we can change the Design Feed settings to hide resolved posts. Design Feed provides yet another way for members of an extended design team to collaborate and provides the ability to keep track of communications.